Hello, fabulous Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of February 2016, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month, where it comes to matters of heart, it always is the lunar cycles that speak most to what's happening within you. I do think that early in the month, we've got some very supportive energy, a new moon happening. And even though this new moon is speaking in different ways that might not necessarily have to do with love, it is also speaking to a sense of what you deserve and understanding that more deeply. What is it that you deserve and getting clear on why. When you have that understanding, it can't help but make you that much more attractive to other people. So the early part of the month, there is that clarity. As we move towards the later part of the month, a few interesting things start happening sort of one after the other. So one is that Mercury leaves your sign. So Mercury was going forward and back and forward, was in an extended cycle in your sign. That finishes this month. Mars enters shadow. So we have Mercury leaving shadow. That whole season is done. Mars beginning practically on the same day, just literally within a day or two, beginning shadow. So as Mars is beginning shadow, this speaks very strongly to, for all of us, passions, and for you in particular, a focus on people and other people at that, which is going to be part of the love picture for you now and in the weeks and months to come. And then you add this full moon that's happening. You add the sun meeting Neptune, right? This full moon I spoke about in the general focused horoscope. This has to do with being honest with yourself. Even when you'd rather things were different, this is about sort of facing the way things are. Now, as I look at this, and especially in the context of love, it speaks very strongly to values. And that's a larger theme playing out this month. What do you value? So the early part of the month is about valuing yourself in all things. The second part of the month is about what do you value in terms of the beliefs that guide your life, the philosophies that you adhere to, the way in which you view the world. And as I look at this, it does look like overall, and especially in a love context, it looks, if I may say, there's an element of challenge here. So what I mean by that is you might meet somebody who believes something very different than you do. Or you might be a little bit taken aback. Not that you should be, because a party may have known this, but if you're in an established bond, it might be that the person that you're with expresses a view that is very much in contrast to what it is that you believe. So these are things that you are going to have to consider as part of thinking about the future with this person. Does their value or do their values match yours? Is this something that either you can live with, that you're good with, or not? How is it that this person is reflecting you or not? So we do have this applying to if you're meeting somebody new or you're just getting to know somebody. Again, they might just say something that makes you go, oh, wow, okay, that's what you believe, okay. Or they might start asking certain questions that on some level you feel are challenging your views, on some level that make you feel or evoke a need to defend yourself, defend what you believe. You want to watch that, okay? Because when someone does that, and especially when they do that actively and they know that they're doing that, you got to watch if they know that they're doing that. Some people do it unconsciously, right? They're recreating a pattern. Some people do it very consciously, and they do it because they like the reaction. They like seeing people react in certain ways to them. They like getting a rise out of people. There are a lot of people out there like that. You'd be surprised. In all honesty, I'll tell you, I remember when I was a little girl and my father, he really wanted me to be prime minister, if I can say that. And he really wanted me to be a lawyer. And he's very proud of me and loves me so much. But, I remember as a little girl, he would say things to deliberately challenge me because he liked to get a rise out of me, and he liked it when I defended what I believed. And so, I mean, I was talking about what I believe at 6 and 7 years old with my dad. It was a lot of fun. Having said that, there's a time for it, right? And there's a way that it can be done in love. I knew that my dad was doing it just to like exercise that muscle of articulation. But there's a way that people do that because they, I mean, it's just ego, isn't it? It's just about feeding their ego. So you get to decide, as you always do, if you're going to participate in that or not. If you see somebody going there, if you see somebody, you know, trying to figure their way out with you, then you know that, okay, this is the kind of person this is. And if they're doing that right in the beginning, what do you think this is going to be in 6 months, in a year? So it's always good to be with people who bring out things in you that you like. But maybe you like that, right? It's up to you to decide how it works for you. But I think it looks kind of tiring, to be honest. It looks like it can be a little bit a feeling of being drained, and that's not what you want to do to yourself. You want to feel energized, right? You want to be with somebody who ultimately makes you feel lifted, you know, speaks to you about things or thinks in certain ways, matches where it is that you believe that you're going. These are the types of people that ultimately are going to resonate most strongly for you, and particularly considering that you're a big picture kind of person, right? You're thinking ahead. The other way that this energy can work out is you may find yourself very drawn to somebody who is of a different worldview. You know, maybe they see the world differently, maybe they're of a very different like religious paradigm, and that leaves you asking yourself like, how important is this or not? That's part of the picture as well. And of course, as I said, if you're in an established bond also, this energy can present itself to you as well as part of realizing who you are with, and either expanding your mind and doing it in mutually respective ways, or thinking about where it is that you're going and if this fits or not. But regardless of what you come to realize, regardless of what you come to choose, it really is rooted in what you believe about yourself, about your options, about your opportunities, about your ability to have what brings you a sense of calm and a sense of love. Can you really give what it is that you ask of another person, and vice versa? And also this month, I've been telling some other signs out there as well, but especially the earth signs, this is not a month of ultimatums, okay? If you give an ultimatum, you better mean it, because this is that kind of month that is about being honest with yourself. It is about truths coming out. And I think that some of those truths might downright surprise you when they come out just in conversation. In some cases, casual conversation that leads you to say, oh, really? Okay, all right then. But what that is going to mean after that is always about what feels right and what feels in alignment with that more loving vision for your life. What I love about this month is you get clear on who you are, and that is thanks to some people who present themselves to you and present you with some interesting questions. With that clarity, you can't help but move yourself towards not only a greater sense of self-knowledge and self-respect, but also move yourself towards like-minded souls who truly resonate with the best that you believe is in you and that you are about.